they're going to do.
So you have no idea if they're coming back. It just might be the end of the NBA season.
No idea. Yeah. Hopefully they do.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now he's not with your team. So what do you care where LeBron is?
Well, dude, so here's the thing. When LeBron left the first time, we were all angry, right? Then he came back. He won us a championship, gave us one of the best nights of our life.
So now you feel like you can let him go. It's okay.
Yeah, now I can let him go. Like we got closure. He let us know he was leaving this time. He left, and it's like, okay, good for you. Go winning a couple more championships, right?
I was completely devastated. I'm a Peyton Manning fan. When Peyton Manning went to the Broncos,
I
lost my mind, man, because I was like, oh my God, am I going to have to be a Broncos fan now?
Were you?
Ugly orange. I got to deal with ugly orange.
Right.
But if you're from Cleveland, you know about ugly orange.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know all about ugly orange. I mean, our name is the Browns.
Yeah.
We are brown and orange.
The Browns who are orange.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, we got Nick Krem on here. I'm really excited. We're trying to decide. He said he is the president, but he likes to go by, what was it? Residential badass?
The lead badass.
I like that.
Badass. Yeah, we just like making up names every now and
then.
Yes. Got to get a new title to make ourselves feel better.
That's what I'm talking about. Of content cards. And we'll talk about content cards, buddy. But before we get into that, I have seen your face everywhere lately, and it's been awesome because you've got so much energy, so much motivation. For me personally, I just met you a few months ago through some connections that I got through EXP. And what the heck? Oh, I think it was video making. And they're like, dude, you got to get in touch with Nick Krem.
Yeah, I think so.
Content cards. He'll talk to you about Camtasia. He'll talk to you about StreamYard. And you have hooked me up. I sincerely appreciate it, my man.
Yeah, man. It's been a lot of fun. I think learning, being around some of my mentors myself. Yeah. I've been so grateful for him too. And one of the best things they taught us is add value, lead with value, and that's helped me more than anything. It's just leading with value, seeing how we could always help each other. I think that's a big part about the group that we're with. It's so value driven, and it's not what's it's not transactional, right? Yeah. I give you this. What are you going to you know what I mean? It's just boom, add value. And then everybody grows.
Everybody helping everybody. Yeah, exactly. It's true. It's true. You've had some really big people in our industry. You've had big agents. You've had big team leaders.
Right.
You've had people who are big in the recruiting arena. You've just had some monsters on.
Yeah.
And I've also been on a lot of podcasts. I've had people on my podcast. I've been on a lot of podcasts.
Right.
And the big topic going around right now is whether you're a realtor, a buyer, a seller, whatever it is you are.
Right.
If you're in real estate, the two big questions are how is coronavirus impacting the market right now? And what's it going to look like 6 months from now?
Right.
And how do we win? How do you win as a buyer? How do you win as a seller? How do you win as a realtor? Because a lot of realtors are freaking out too.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool to have people like you on who are exposed to all that. And again, we're going to get into content cards and talk about how that helps people out.
Yeah.
But really, when you look at that, let's hit that first question first. What is your perception after talking with all of these big studs and then taking your personal perception into it? What is your feeling on the impact this is going to have over the coming months?
Well, that's such a loaded question. I think the consensus I keep getting is nobody freaking knows, right? Nobody's been here before. Yep. So when people keep going live and talking about here's what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks, here's what's going to happen in the next month. Nobody has a freaking clue, right? And let me tell you what, if you're not a doctor, I'm not going to sit here and listen to you about the coronavirus. And talk about what's going to happen with the virus itself. If we want to talk about the market, then we can make some educated guesses, right? But at the same time, too, I think Sheplak was talking about it last night in one of those masterminds, and he said it's not it's not this weird market or anything. It's just a market. This is just what it is right now, and you have to make the adjustments to it. Right? You can sit here and make an excuse when you say the weird market. You're just setting yourself up to make an excuse. Right? It's not me. It's the weird market.
Already set your mind.
Yeah, you already set your mind to it, right? It's just the current market. This is the position we're in, and you just had to make the best of it, right? I think, there's a quote the other day. It was tough, or something about tough times, right? And it just makes tough people, right? So, I think over the last couple years, of course, I wasn't in real estate during the crisis. I wasn't even out of school yet during the last crisis, so I don't have much of an opinion on that, right? With that being said, but what I will tell you is I was in, I guess you could say the glory days, right? Of when you could sell, anybody could pretty much pick up the phone and sell a house, right? So I think it's made a lot of, these times right now, it's going to show you who the true experts are. And that's what it really comes down to. If you're an expert, you adapt and you keep moving on with your business.
Yeah. So if you're a seller, are you selling in this market?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. What's going to happen in the next couple months? I don't know. Could get worse, could get better. Yeah. And that's the thing in any market, right? You really don't know. You can make any projection that you want, but I'll tell you what, if somebody was telling you wait to the springtime, I'm sorry about that. They weren't an expert, sell now. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. You could make a projection all you want about what's to come, but who knows? If you have to move, if you have to sell your home and then you wait another 3 months, I don't know where we're going to be at. And I can't tell you.
I was looking at my own market because I try to be so stats driven because we're all biased, right? We're all biased.
Right, of course.
And even myself, when I saw this happening, I thought, oh man, the amount of pendings are going to drop significantly. Yeah. And I was just, I don't know if I put a number to it, but I thought it would be about 40, 50, 60% drop. Right. And I've started tracking it every day. I track the 7 days prior. What does it look like? How many pendings do we have? And in my market, the pendings have dropped about 4% since I started tracking this. Okay. Really not that much at all. But the amount of listings has dropped 9% because so many sellers don't want to sell. So your odds of selling are actually better now than they were a month ago. It's crazy.
And that's the thing too. I think it's a lot of these experts out there kind of panicking, right? Like we were just saying, like before you can snap your fingers and sell a home, right? Like it really wasn't too difficult. But now, like, there's a lot of panic. There's a lot of agents out there making posts. And I just want to make this known right now. Stop putting memes out there that are scaring people, right? Yeah. Stop making posts that are scaring people. Because there are clients and there are prospects looking at you right now like, man, if this person's scared, why am I going to want to work with them? Right. Yeah. And they might be funny memes. You might think they're funny, but you're instilling fear in your potential prospects.
True.
Right. Like everybody's always paying attention online right now. I think that they said social media rates are going up like 50% since this thing happened.
Yeah.
Right? Because everybody's on them. So if you're on there, yes, you might be making a joke about the pandemic or like what's going on, but guess what? People are watching, they're listening, they're paying attention. So if you're making a joke, if you're scared, you're gonna have everybody else being scared.
Yeah,
it's one of those things like people look up to you as a leader within the industry, right? Yes. So if you're scared and you start like becoming fearful, that's just gonna spread. And all of a sudden, people aren't going to want to list their home. Like you said, the listings went down, but the pending really hasn't moved too much.
Yeah.
That just shows you more people are just scared because of what they're seeing and what they're being told.
Yep. Yeah, 100%, man. And that kind of brings me to the next question, which was, okay, with what's going on right now, how do I succeed? And we'll start with as a realtor, right? How do I succeed as a realtor?
Well, yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. To me, this is one of my favorite quotes before this happened, and it's even more relevant now. Difference between a contact and a contract is the R. That's the relationship you have with them, right? So, right. I like that.
I like that, baby.
So it's that relationship that you have with your prospects that turns them into clients, right? I was just doing a podcast with somebody, and they were talking about the 1 year they had 3 listings where the person's mother was literally a real estate agent and he didn't know them before that. And he took their listings because he was their best friend. He was their advisor. He was an expert, but he was a better friend to them. Well, their own mom was apparently.
Yeah.
Right. So it's really that relationship that you have with people. So right now, what people are yearning for is that human connection, right?
Yep.
Like they're on there, they're at home, they want to connect with people, they want to communicate. Everybody loves sharing their own opinion. So reach out, just follow up with people, right? Like you don't have to go on there and go for the hard close. You have to know where people's minds are at right now. And on top of that too, so I was sitting in Key West. I had one of the best lunches that I had. This was like 2 years ago, right? And we were sitting with someone who is just a genius recruiter, right? So we're sitting there and he says, I have 4 brothers, right? I have 4 brothers. One of them reaches out to me every month, every other month, and just says, hey, I was just thinking about you. How are you doing? It's like, which one do you think my favorite brother is? The guy who follows up and says, I was just thinking about you and checks in on me. Let's think about real estate agents, right? So we have everybody sitting at home right now. One agent follows up with you, shoots you a video text, follows up like via text message. Video text, highly recommended. But text message even just says, hey, I was just thinking about you, want to check up and see how you're doing. Keep in the loop with them. Maybe they want to sell now. You won't know until you ask, right? I always say you don't know if you don't know. And if you don't ask, you'll never know, right? So you got to ask these questions and just stay in the loop with them. And here's the thing. When this is all done, after it's done, because it's a when, right? And all of a sudden, all these agents start hitting them back up. They're like, well, where were you for the last 3-4 months, right?
Yes.
Joe was following up with me the entire time. I'm going with Joe, and it's not even a question, right? Because you have that relationship with them.
It's so true.
Keep your relationships. The only thing we can control is our effort. Control your effort, follow up, stay in the loop, and that's what you can do right now.
Yeah. You know, I forget where I get this from, but there's levels of intimacy. It might be Gary Vaynerchuk. I can't remember. Okay. Levels of intimacy, right? So like an email is got a certain level of intimacy, but text somebody, right? That's kind of a step up. A video text is a step up. A call is a step up. FaceTime, meeting them at their house is a step up. So you've got all these different levels of intimacy. And I think right now, a lot of people are depending upon, I just talked to an agent this morning and he was having a rough time, and he's like a 22-year-old agent. He's a young kid up in Minnesota. And I said, what's your plan? Cause he's struggling. He's having a tough time. And he said, you know, I'm thinking about switching brokerages. What should I do? And I said, I'm telling you right now, switching brokerages is not the answer. Like, I'm not saying don't switch brokerages or switch brokerages, but if you're struggling right now, you're struggling because you suck. Like, you need to switch you. So we talked, well, dude, I'm just blunt. Like, let's get to the heart of the matter. Right? So I said, let's talk about what your day looks like. And we started talking about what his day looked like. And I said, okay, nowhere in your plan did I hear a prospecting plan. Like, how are you getting clients? I'm on Facebook all the time, man. I'm putting out ads all the time. And I'm like, that's a great marketing tool that will strengthen whatever prospecting you're doing, but you've got to get in front of people and you've got to up those levels of intimacy as much as you can. And he felt so uncomfortable with it, which a lot of people do. People don't like door knocking. They don't like cold calls. Like, I get it, but it is the key to success, right? So I agree with everything you're saying. And I really think that focusing on upping those levels of intimacy as much as the other person feels comfortable with is really key to being successful right now.
Yeah, and I also think, I mean, something we're keen on is personal branding, right? And he brought up the difference between marketing and personal branding. So I love this analogy when I heard it. I don't remember where I heard it from, but the difference between personal branding and marketing, because most people just kind of put those in the same ballpark, right? Oh, it's the same thing. No. Marketing is like asking somebody on a date. Personal branding is the reason they say yes. Right. Ooh. So like I can go, and this is like, just think about this.
Dropping heat, my man.
This is what most people do. Like, they'll just go to the bar. Hey, you want to go out with me? Hey, you want to go out with me? Like, they'll go around and they'll just like reach out, right? And then you're going to spend a bunch of money on drinks, like just trying to get somebody to go on a date with you, right? Yeah. Instead, if you go there, you go dressed up, you make sure you look nice, you get all these things. That's not going to happen. So you think about this with real estate agents. Most people will go crazy with buying more leads. We're just going to buy more leads, and that's going to answer the question. We're going to buy more leads, buy more leads, buy more leads, right? And then all of a sudden you're spending all this money when in reality, you make sure your personal brand's in place. And when I mean that, it's like your content on social media. You make sure your follow-up sequence is in place. You make sure when you reach out, how are you reaching out? How are you presenting yourself? How are you differentiating yourself from everybody else? All of a sudden, you don't have to buy as many leads because you're closing on you're closing and being more consistent, right? So there's a huge difference between just like, okay, I'm just going to throw more money in leads. Okay, what problem does that solve, right? Like, and here's the thing. If you're paying somebody to do leads for you, I'm not saying you shouldn't do it, but just keep this in mind. They're going to use a generic picture with like the description that's not really specific to you majority of the time. What is different from them from the other person doing that?
Yes. What sets you apart? Yeah.
What sets you apart? We call them McMarketing campaigns, right? Because it's like McDonald's. You could go to anyone, you're going to get the same thing. You could put a different name on it, but it's going to be the same exact thing. And I'll tell you what, I don't even have to have the picture of it like I do in my presentation, but that blue house. Do you know what blue house I'm talking about?
No.
That picture? No? All right. If you see it, you'll be like, oh, I see that all the time. So there's this blue house that like everybody uses for their lead campaign. I don't care what state you're in, because when I was at the call center, we worked in all 50 states. I don't care what state you're in, what lead platform you're using. They use this same blue house. And I want to ban it because I'm tired of seeing it. If I send out a petition right now, I could get probably 100,000 people to sign it. Like, yes, get rid of this. But and people wonder why, like, man, I'm getting the same leads. Like, they must be reselling them. I'm like, no, they're just using the same lead magnet, right? Like, what's making you different from somebody else? Absolutely nothing.
Yeah. Man, that's pretty wild. So as a realtor, I'm trying to set myself apart from other people.
Right.
Everybody knows right now that the thing you need to do, and you kind of alluded to it with the texts, is you need to do video, man. It's what sets you apart. Right. And really, it's the way, like, I got a big personality, man. But how do I get that personality in front of people if all I'm doing is typing on Facebook, posting a picture on Facebook, sending texts, sending emails? I'm not getting my personality in front of people at all. And that's what helps sell me. That's what people fall in love with.
Right.
So how do I get that out there? How do I brand myself? And for me, everybody knows this isn't a Joe thing, but you need to do video. And I know when I get a lot of people that reach out to me, they're like, dude, you've got over 100 videos. They look well put together. Your thumbnail's good. Your editing's good. This is good. How are you doing all that? And I'm like, listen, I'll tell you how I do it.
Yeah.
It's not really a secret. It's just that it's like going to college, man. Like,
right.
I sucked. You're going to suck. It's going to take you so much time to get good. Yeah. And I'm not trying to dissuade you, but you need to get build into your mind the realistic expectations here. And what you guys deliver at Content Cardz takes that college education I'm talking about.
Right.
You make it so much shorter and easier for people. Right. And honestly, your prices are crazy low. I can't imagine. I can't believe. And you guys don't just offer. I'm just going to shut up, man. I'll let you talk about it because I think the value you guys deliver.
I like this. We're going to probably rip this and use it. Yeah. You're right. Keep going, Joe. Yeah. No. So, but yeah, you're right. If you go back to anybody's first video, right? Think about your first listing appointment. Were you that good at it?
Oh, right? No.
I mean, nobody was, right?
I didn't even know what I was doing. I'm like, what do I ask?
And that's the thing. Like, you can sit here and try and perfect something before you do it. But what is it? What do they say? Imperfect action crushes perfect inaction every time, right?
Yep.
Like, you sit there and try and make things perfect, you're never going to do it. So
I'm a B-plus guy who executes. That's my shtick, man.
So something we do with our creative team. So we created this mantra behind our creative team to make sure that, because we always know speed and precision beats trying to make things perfect every single time, right? So with that being said, so we have this thing. It's called good, better, best. It sounds simple, right? But it's like there's good, better, and best. If you try and make your content better and better and better, you're going to sit there for hours trying to make the littlest tweaks that doesn't even make any sense. There's no such thing as the best, because you can sit there and try and chase perfection all you want. You're still going to find something to change. Good. Is it good? Good is best. Good is best. That's what we just keep saying. It's good. Cool. Push it out. It's good. Yep. Push it out. Right. Good enough. Go. Right. Because at the end of the day, it's really just making sure that you're putting out content, and it's going to get better. Right. You're just going to continue to improve as you go.
Naturally.
And that's the only thing you can do. But yeah, with Content Cardz, that's exactly what we try and do. We try and bridge the gap and make sure you don't have to have a marketing degree to implement what we're talking about. Right. We try and break it down into simple implementable steps that all you got to do is plug in, look at it, and just go and do it. Right. We have video scripts in our training library. And even beyond that, we show you how to create our video scripts, right? Like, there's a specific, there's a system to follow to create good videos. I know it sounds crazy, but if you want to shoot videos that sell and move people through your pipeline, there's a system behind it, right? It's not just by chance people shoot good videos, right? It's not by chance people list more homes. There's usually systems and processes behind it if you pull back the curtain. So we decided to do is pull back the curtain on a lot of big players, figure out those systems, put it in an easy system for people just to go in there and implement. So we don't just tell you how to shoot content. We give you a tool to be able to house all your content, to be able to send all your call to actions. We call it our digital business cards. But it's essentially a personalized website that has your home search, home evaluation, calendar link, testimonials, your videos, essentially anything that you can sit down there and think you can send to a client, you house it on one place. And the best thing is we brand it all to you. It's not contentcards.com/1234567 Nick, right? Just nickkrem.com. It'd be joerosen.com. It's just the different links. It's just yourname.com or yourname.work. We just send everything to one specific place.
Have you ever read The E-Myth?
The E-Myth? No, I haven't.
The E-Myth is about a gal. I think her name is Sarah, but it doesn't matter what her name is. And she loves pies, right? And she loves pies because growing up, I think it was her aunt who would bake pies with her. Okay. So she turns 28 years old, and she decides, I'm going to start a pie place, right? Because I love pies. And she gets absolutely crushed because she forgets, I got to hire people. I got to fire people. I need a system. I got to clean. I got to do accounting. I got to pay taxes. I got to do everything but make the doggone pies, right? Right. And so she ends up despising the business. Yeah. And so this whole book kind of takes her situation and then slowly walks her through how to systemize everything and make it so it is just a well-oiled machine and it's running like a business. And then you can replicate it. And build another one and another one. And it's kind of like a mini McDonald's, right? Because McDonald's is the franchise. It's the system. Right. So it's really interesting to hear what you're saying. And it's so true, man. You're taking, for me, when I started, I'm just spitting out a video. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just fast, go, ready, no. Yeah. And you're taking that and you're systematizing it so that a guy like me who's going at 1,000,000 miles an hour trying to sell real estate, you're like, all right, guy who's good at real estate.
Yeah.
Being good at real estate. Let me help you be better at this thing that you kind of suck at by giving you a system. And it's pretty awesome, man.
And that's the thing too. It's we're selling real estate and marketing, personal branding. They're two completely different things, right? Most of the time, you're either good at one, you're good at the other. And the reason is you don't have enough time in the day to be good at both and to learn both and be a master at both, right? Like that's the biggest thing that holds most people back. I can't tell you, before I fully dove into it, when I was still working at the call center doing different things, where I buy a course and it'd be like in a different language. I'm like, well, this is great. Like I can't implement anything, right? And all of a sudden I buy another course and it's like, I get one nugget. Don't get me wrong, the nugget was great. But like I just bought like a $2,000 course and I get one thing that I can actually implement into my business. I'm like, well, okay, there's another $2,000 and I get like one nugget. And it happened multiple times. And then I'm borrowing other people's courses and we're just all learning from each other. Like, hey, this is the one thing you need to learn. Screw the other videos. I got tired of doing that. Right. And I'm like, okay, we need something and I'm saying we as the real estate industry, something that we can just sit down and be like, okay, how do I use this in real estate? Right. Like how can I use this in real estate and how is it implementable to me right now? Because a tool is great, but if you don't know how to use a hammer, you're not going to know what to do. Right. Like I know it sounds simple and easy, but if you don't know how to use it and it's foreign to you, you're just going to look at it and be like, okay, you're probably not going to use it. Right. How many times have people out there bought in a tool, bought in a system, and it's like, it's not easy to use. And then it ends up sitting back there and either just keeps hitting you reoccurring or you just cancel it and go to the next shiny object. Right. We want to make sure that doesn't happen. So we give you the tool. We teach you how to use it. And it's simple and easy to implement into your business.
Who's your guys' biggest customer right now? Is it realtors?
Yeah. Real estate agents.
Do you think that's because that's who that fits best? Or is that because you yourself are a realtor? You got a connection to these people?
I think it's a little of both. We made it specifically for real estate agents, right? Okay. We're trying to branch out into other industries now, but it was originally made just for real estate agents because we were working with some top agents. And one of their biggest problems was they'd shoot a video and then they'd send it to somebody, shoot another video, then they send it to somebody, shoot another video, send it to somebody. And all of a sudden they want to go back to the first video. They have to dig through their emails. They can't find it. Or like someone asks like, hey, where do you find this? Like, I don't know. They have to go search for 20 different links to try and figure out where the hell do they find it. Right. Digging through the emails. The one time we shot a 40-minute webinar and every person there lost it. Why? Because there's so much going on. Yeah. And we're like, we're just like, we don't know what we named it. We don't know where we put it. We're like, this is ridiculous. So what we decided to do is house all their content in one specific place, put all their call to actions there. And of course, we try to find someone that did it for our clients at the time, right? Because we were working with these high-end clients, and it was like we were kind of running their content, doing their different things. And we try to find somewhere that did this. The free apps, it would be like content cards all over, and it'd be ads for content cards, and it'd be like you'd have like a little space that's like, here's my name, here's a couple links, click on it, right? Or if you want a personalized website, it costs you thousands of dollars up front to build it, and then a couple $100s a month just to maintain it. And we're like, this is ridiculous. So we just created our own thing, made it $20 a month. $30 setup, $20 a month. You get your personalized website and you get the training library that teaches you how to use it too.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Listen, I make $0 off of content cards, by the way. I sound like a salesman right now. I don't like
You're like, the deals are so good.
It is so much. I mean, you kind of brought it up in the beginning, right? Delivering value is all what our group is about, is just deliver way more value than you could ever get from the other person. That's the idea.
Right.
And while we're on that topic, and you brought up like courses and events and stuff like that, you are running something right now. Is it all online? Tell me about that.
All online. So what we're doing is we're bringing 16 of the top speakers from across the country. And we're bringing it on to one real estate event, right? So
are they all realtors?
All realtors.
Okay.
All realtors, all been in the business. They're all at different stages of their career too, right?
Yep.
We have some people who just like are building a team. We have some people who have a 900 agent team. We have some people who built a team and now they're coaching a bunch of people how to do it, right?
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of people from A to Z. It's absolutely free. 8 hours long next Wednesday. Livewithleaders.com is how you get your free ticket. Just go to livewithleaders.com and sign up. It's going to be action packed. We have so many great speakers that are going to be on this, and I'm just super excited to bring some value to everybody.
Livewithleaders.com.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to write that right now in the comments, and later I'll throw that livewithleaders.com. And you said that's 8 hours.
8 hours worth of real estate. Yeah, worth of real estate. It's just straight value. We're not pitching anything. It's just going to be all real estate value.
What time does it start?
I think 11 a.m. EST. So it goes from 11 to 7.
Who is the first speaker and who is the last speaker? Those are usually the best.
So I wouldn't say like
you're like, oh, I don't know. I don't know anybody out.
They're all great. They're all great.
Yeah.
I believe John Kitchens is opening this.
Okay.
And then Alice Kasich is closing this.
Another great one. Okay, cool.
So we do have some great speakers. I mean,
I was right. Okay.
You weren't wrong. You definitely weren't wrong. Right?
Yeah.
We have some great speakers that are going to be on this, and I'm super excited to bring everybody together because there's so many different angles. Like some people are covering similar topics, but you get a completely different perspective.
Yes.
And it's so cool to see. And everyone on there will say this, like there's no one right path to success.
No.
Right. There really isn't. So like you just have to take what other people are doing, put your own spin on it and go. Yep. And the last part's the most important part. And go. Do it. Implement it, right? Like people are gonna get so much knowledge from this, but you just have to make sure that you implement it after the fact.
Yep. Yeah, you know, I guarantee I'm going to go watch that thing, man. I'm excited because I have met a lot of the guys that you've got on that speaking tour there.
Right.
And all of them in their different respective aspects are successful.
Right.
And to see what they each do, like some people are phenomenal with teams. Some people are phenomenal as individual agents. Right. Some people are phenomenal with systems. Yeah. Some people are phenomenal with hiring. It's just, there's so many people that are good at so many different things. And to get all of that in one event like that, it is amazing. And you're stuck inside right now. What the hell else are you doing, man?
Right.
Either get on the doggone phones, or if you don't want to get on the phones, get into Nick's class because it is going to be awesome.
Yeah,
you not charging anything for that?
What's up? No, it's absolutely free. It's absolutely free to get in this. And that's the thing too. You know, like most people, what holds them back, it'll be the travel expense, the airplane, the food, everything that goes with it. Just leaving your business in your house for a whole week to go to some of these masterminds. We're going to bring it all right to you, right in your own living room.
That's pretty wild, man. That's the value right there we were talking about, baby.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Leave your value.
Well, okay, I'm going to end with this one last question. It was something we kind of started with in the beginning, and I want to come back to it. We talked about what the impact would be. Really, we didn't get that deep into it because we both agree that who the hell knows. Right. What would the impact be from the coronavirus? And then I talked about how do you win as a realtor right now, and you and I gave our perspectives. Yeah. If you're a seller right now, is there anything you're doing in this market differently, or are you doing exactly the same thing you would have done a month or two ago?
I think you're going to utilize more virtual. You're going to utilize more things virtual, right?
How do we do that?
How do you do that? I mean, open house, FaceTime an open house, Google Hangouts for an open house. You want to do a walkthrough, Zoom walkthrough, right? Yeah. You can still walk through the homes and keep your social distance. Yes. I know some people were coming out, they would walk their property, but that's all they would do. They would stay outside, keep their 6 to 10 feet. They just walk around the outside, still talk to the person, right? So like there's some different ways that you can still accomplish your goals. And if anything, it makes it easier on the buyers too, right? They don't have to leave their home. They can view more homes, right? Yeah. So there are some great tactics that you can really utilize to make sure you still get the same goal accomplished, which is selling your home for the most you can in the current market. That's everybody's goal. How, like, making sure you can sell your home for as much as possible in the current market. What's happening right now, right? That's still the goal, right? I always say everybody wants two things: more time and more money, right? So like right now, what is happening in the market? We can't control anything else. We can't control what's going to happen 6 months from now. So it's just like, what can you do right now? There's still ways to do it. And I think real estate is going to change a little bit after this whole pandemic, right? People are picking up new tactics, new strategies. For the better. Yeah, for the better. Yes. Because it's like one of the hardest things to break is a habit, right? Like an old habit. What did they say? You can't teach an old dog new tricks, right? That's one of the oldest sayings.
Now you're forced to.
Yeah. Now you're forced, like people are forced to. And here's the thing, for the guys who are on the sidelines right now, they're going to come back and they're going to be lost because they're going to be like, man, what do you mean we're going to do it this way? It's like, dude, trust me, it's easier. Like, no. Yeah, you're going to be an old dog all of a sudden. You'll be like, nope, that's not how we do it anymore, right? Yep. Virtual contracts. There's like so many different little things that it's just hard to get people to shift. And there was something interesting too. I was looking at all these businesses that came out of the last. I'm not saying we're going into a recession. I want to make that clear. But like out of like the last weird market, and the last one was a recession, but just like different times, right? Yeah. It was like Uber. I think it was like Netflix that came out of like 2008, like all those things. And what was it? What did those do? They made things easier for people in like the virtual world. They just made things easier and more cost effective.
Yep.
You're starting to see some like new ways of doing real estate come out, and there's going to be some businesses and different things come out of this that they're just going to change the way people do real estate.
Yeah. And I would say when you look at companies like Amazon, Netflix, Uber, how many people do you have? How many friends do you have who say, I said we should have Uber. I said we should have Amazon. And it's like, well, you didn't execute, right?
You didn't do it.
If you reverse engineer that, you look at the problems that people have right now, your buyers and your sellers. What are the problems that they have? They talk about them all the time. Are you listening? Are you writing it down? And are you creating a system to improve on those? Don't wait for a market like this, but definitely use this as an excuse and just build the solutions to people's problems one solution at a time. I think that's the key right now.
Yeah, you got to figure out what the problem is and just solve the problem. You know, you can't create a problem in the industry. You know, like that's not the way this works. You can't make present a problem that people don't even know about. I think that's one of the big. It's actually one thing that I think most people try and do. It's like, oh, this could help you. It's like, how will it help me? Well, do you have this problem ever? And they're like, well, no. Well, you will at some point. Or like you're trying to make up a problem and come up with your own solution. No, you have to figure out what the pain points are right now and create a solution for it. Right. It all starts with the pain, and then you have to solve that.
You know, everybody does their listing presentation a little bit differently. So I'm going to get some people that disagree with me right now. But when I go into a listing presentation, I've got the whatever it is, 16 things I can talk to you about that you probably are going to bring up. But I literally bring none of it up. If we get to the end and I've talked about price and you like everything I said and you like me and you're ready to go, let's sign. If you have problems, we're going to talk about those 1, 2, 3 problems. And this is what we do and this is why. And this but otherwise, if you don't bring it up, dude, we're not talking about it. I'm not going to force my 16 bullets down your throat. If you only care about 3 of them, why would I talk about those other 13?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I think that's really, and we're in an industry, and I'm guilty of this sometimes too, where you are so excited to talk. You want to hear yourself go. And I know so much about buying houses, man. Let me tell you. But if you just shut up and let them tell you, because I've been a customer and I'm like, you are answering not my question. My question was this. You're answering like you've got your canned response you're ready with. You get someone who really listens to you and they pause between everything and then they give you a response and it answers your problem. You're like, oh, this is my person.
Yeah, you want to be interested, not interesting.
Yes.
Nobody cares about you. Everybody has that voice in their head. What's in it for me? If you can answer that voice, you're going to win.
And if you can build a business around automatically answering those problems, answering those questions, you're set to go, man. Well, hey, I really appreciate you coming on. Thank you so, so much. I think you have just a phenomenal, I've already said this a million times, but a phenomenal business I don't even know how you're making money on that business because it's so cheap, but I appreciate it. Everybody else will when they see it. What is the website they can go to check out Content Cardz?
ContentCardz.com. That's Content Cardz with a Z.com. So it's not Content Cardz with an S. See, like that right up there with the Z. There we go. See right
with
up
a Z, baby. I'll throw that in the comments.
ContentCardz.com. Go there. You get all the information that you need to make the right buying decision, which would be signing up. But yeah, no, you just go there. We have a couple of tutorials about like how it works, what it looks like, training library, so you can get the full picture.
Well, I appreciate it again, my man. Thank you so much. And I'll see you live with leaders.com.
All right. Sounds like a plan. We'll see you, Joe.
All right. Have a good one, bud.